Let's listen to the story of the most beautiful man, whose beauty could light up all 7 beautiful turns of the road. Once upon a time, deep within the misty blue mountains of Mizoram, lived a young man named
Lianchia.
He was a commoner, yet he possessed a divine gift. He was exceptionally handsome, and his singing voice was so enchanting, people compared it to the haunting melody of a forest cicada. Whenever he sang, his music carried a profound, melancholy longing that stole the hearts of every woman who listened. Because of his great beauty, anyone who saw him fell deeply in love with him. Not just young women, but even married women and elderly grandmothers fancied him. In the presence of
Lianchia,
they would melt like water, and because all women loved him, no husband dared to be jealous of him. They all wished, if only I could bear Lianchia's child so he could pass his lineage down to us. They all treated him exceptionally well, yet despite all this,
Lianchia
remained a very humble man who was highly considerate of others. Even though women flocked around him, he never acted in a way that would offend public decency. He possessed 7 distinct qualities of supreme excellence. Even while he was asleep, he radiated a physical glow. And enemies were actually terrified of him when he stood guard. His eyes were so beautiful that no one could withstand his gaze. Young women would gather in crowds just to hear the sound of his voice and his singing, and whenever he spoke or moved his jaw, they would swarm closely around him. Because every single person fancied him, they would leave their doors wide open, hoping, may
Lianchia
come to visit. Whenever
Lianchia
did enter their house, they would quickly shut the door with great joy.
Lianchia's
Radiance didn't just charm mortals, it captured the supernatural world. A beautiful lassie, a mythical Mizo forest fairy, fell deeply in love with him. She blessed his hunts, making him a legendary provider. Yet, this magical bond caused deep fear among the superstitious villagers. They began to whisper that his charm was unnatural, even cursed. But exceptional beauty brings dangerous envy. The wealthy and powerful village chief
Zawlbûk
considered himself the most attractive man in the land. Bruised by
Lianchia
immense popularity, the proud chief challenged him to a contest to see who could gather more tokens of admiration from the surrounding villages.
Lianchia
Won effortlessly. Chief
Zawlbûk's
ego was shattered, and a bitter, venomous rivalry was born. The political pressure from the bitter chief and the growing fear of the villagers culminated on a fateful, chilling night.
as Lianchia
Walked through the village to share his songs, a fearful widow barred her door against him. Seeing this, neighboring homes followed suit, shutting him out in the cold. With nowhere to go, a heartbroken
Lianchia
sat alone on the balcony of the Zawlbûk dormitory. He poured his agony into a final, devastating song that made the listening village girls weep bitterly from their beds, full of instant regret. The tragedy reached its grim finale during a brutal inter-village war. Sent by the king, his enemies to guard a perilous, remote defensive outpost. An exhausted and emotionally drained Lianchia fell fast asleep. Under the cloak of dawn, rival headhunters ambushed the camp. Spotting his exceptionally radiant, glowing face, they mistook him for a divine spirit and tragically beheaded him. Folklore says that even days after his passing, his face maintained its striking, handsome, lifelike color. The voice of the hills was silenced forever, leaving behind a legacy of love songs that echo through Mizoram to this very day.